Hello everyone, welcome back. Today we're continuing with fall fragrances and I want to talk about body mist. I was not always into body mist, but I feel like they definitely have a place in the fragrance world. Sometimes you just want something a little more casual, and also they are at a cheaper price point, and I thought I would run through the basically fall lineup from Bath & Body Works. Bath & Body Works, at least in the US, is one of the best places to get body mist. I feel like they have a great selection that's constantly changing throughout the seasons. They're relatively affordable, or at least you can find them on really great deals. I bought most of these for $4.95 a piece, and they just recently had a sale that was either $4.95 or $5.95. So they're always running different discounts. And so I thought I would go through the collection that I have here, let you know what I think's worth it, what I think is just okay, and then also let you know my favorites, the ones I really suggest you pick up. And I think that's really everything. We're just gonna get into it, but I do want to know your favorite Bath & Body Works body mist, like just ever. I would love to know that, but also your favorite one for fall, because I'm kind of questioning the lineup, to be honest, this year. I don't know, some interesting things, but also just a lot of things I don't like. But we're gonna start with some favorites, okay? These vanillas, they came out with a pairing of vanillas this year, Cozy Vanilla Bourbon and also Fresh Vanilla Blossoms. The name of Cozy Vanilla Bourbon had me like, of course I'm gonna love that one. And naturally I do. I really enjoy this vanilla. The notes on this: warm bourbon, dark fruit, vanilla liqueur. And I get from this almost a mix of sweet whiskey from Bath & Body Works, if you know that scent, and also Fireside Flurries. Two of my faves, okay? So we put them both together in this fragrance. I almost get something a little bit cinnamon, not spicy, but it's just kind of hanging out there in the background. It gives me graham cracker vibes, which is what I get from Fireside Flurries. So if you love vanillas, if you love foodie scents, but this isn't too realistic and it's not too much. There's still like a coziness, a softness, like cashmere. I think of cashmere, it's just smooth like that. This one's really nice. I really love it. One of my top recommendations. I'm never gonna be the one that says these are worth full price. No. You get them $5. You get them with your free coupon. We're always saving money at Bath & Body Works. We're never paying full price at Bath & Body Works. But if I had to tell you, like if there was one where you're just buying one thing, you're not doing everything else, you're not getting sucked into the deals, all that shit, Cozy Vanilla Bourbon is definitely worth it. And so is Fresh Vanilla Blossoms, which I was a little bit skeptical of because of the Blossom name. I thought with the duo there would be like the sweet kind of gourmand vanilla, and then this would be the fresher vanilla, and it is fresher, but it still has a sweetness to it. This feels more like a clean shower vanilla. Notes on this: suede petals, soft sandalwood, vanilla bean. And if you're looking for something that definitely, this does not smell like food vanilla, this is one to check out. It's not exactly like Mod Vanilla, which you guys know I love from Ariana Grande, but I feel like it's in that vein. So if you're someone who really loves Mod Vanilla, this is definitely one to check out as well. I really love how fresh it is. It feels like cozy, but getting into clean sheets. There's a crispness to it while still being casual and cozy and sweet and airy. So I really love this one as well. And I'll just round it off with three of my favorites at the beginning, and then we'll get into other stuff. I also love Sweet Whiskey. I don't know if this came out last year initially, but that's when I fell in love with it, and this smells so good. I love this one. Golden Amber Vanilla Infused Whiskey, Sweet Red Berries. If you like Side Effect from Initio, I'm not saying this is a dupe. I feel like this is as close of a dupe you can get in a body mist, you know, at a $5 price point, okay? There's something about them that are linked. This is just like a boozy, it has the red berries in here, which really adds some sweetness to it, but there's that toasted ambery quality to this fragrance that I think smells so good. I love this in the candle. I love this in the body wash. I love this scent so much. I'm so glad they came out with it again this year, and it's definitely one, if you haven't smelled this, it's one to kind of start with. It's sweet, it has a little bit more depth and a little bit more character, I feel like, than a lot of body mist. I feel like that's one of the things with body mist, like if you're into different perfumes, sometimes they can just be so blended, it's hard to pick out certain things. It can just be kind of fruity overall, or showery, or sweet. And I really feel like there's just more going on with this one specifically. So highly recommend Sweet Whiskey if you guys are checking it out. All right, next we're gonna tackle this line. I don't know what this line is called, but I'm gonna go by like how the bottles look, you know what I mean? so they're kind of in a family. With this packaging, very cute fall theme, we have Moonlit Martini, Sunrise Woods, which is a classic for sure, or at least like I've definitely seen that around many years, and Copper Fields. I'm gonna start with Copper Fields because I feel like this is my least favorite out of all three that I have here. I think there were 4 in the line, but I don't know. I have 3 here. Okay, notes on this: Harvest Sun, Fresh Wildflowers, and Bronzed Woods. It's a little bit powdery. I definitely am smelling the woods in here and the kind of sun, and it's almost giving a little bit more of like summer creeping over into fall. I could see this almost having like a coconut note to it, or it's more similar to some of those fragrances that come out like a bronzed wood summer. I feel like it's not quite fall for me personally, and you guys know I just love vanillas, so that one's not for me. But if you're looking for something that's a little bit more light and almost giving summer vibes for fall, you might want to check that one out. Next, Sunrise Woods. This one has creamy sandalwood, sweet berries, and cozy cashmere, and this is if you're not super into vanillas or foodie scents. This still has a brightness to it. I'm assuming that's like the berries and a woody kind of creamy, you know, thing going on. This kind of falls into the category of like a signature scent type thing. I don't feel like it's too any one way. It just smells pleasant overall. I used to have this in the body wash and I did really enjoy it back then, but I feel like to me this is just kind of middle ground. Like, yeah, it's pleasant, I'll use it, or if someone else wants to smell this way, I love that for them, but I don't feel like there's anything that's really memorable to me about it. I'm sorry if I'm gonna be a little harsh. If these are some of your favorites, I love that for you. We all smell different. Just want to put that out there because I feel like, especially lately, I am just in a bit of a, not a rut because I'm happy with it, and rut is kind of negative, but I like what I like, okay? And I just kind of want iterations of those scents until I find something new. And don't get me wrong, I love when I find that new scent I'm not like expecting to like, but I definitely have a very specific preference and style at the moment when it comes to scent, and so keep that in mind, okay? You're talking to the girl who's really into vanillas, has thought about this video and almost made it a vanilla video like 700 times. So when I give all the fragrances that don't have vanilla in them like a lesser score, keep that in mind. That all being said, my favorite one from the line, Moonlit Martini, I actually really quite like. Vibrant fruit, sparkling gin, midnight musk. I tend to like from Bath & Body Works either their vanillas and like foodie types of scents, depending, or they're more like ambery, musky kind of skin scent kind of scents, and I feel like this falls into that musky, ambery category. Okay, I really do get the kind of gin note that's in here. It gives it almost an ISO-y super kind of like sharp smell. I really love that. It's a little bit unisex. It really does feel like the gin version of sweet whiskey, if that, I don't know if you can follow that, but something about the vibrant fruit note that's in here reminds me of the red berries that are in sweet whiskey, but this goes, instead of going like deeper and ambrier, it goes like musky and kind of clean and a little bit, I want to say sharp. That's how I would describe it, but in a really great way. It has a nice sweetness to it. Definitely feels more clean. It's not giving like a cozy vanilla. There's nothing like that going on, but I really like this one. So this one's definitely one I suggest smelling and trying out if you're intrigued by a gin note, or even if you just like sweet whiskey but are looking for like a fresher take. I would check this one out. This one kind of stands on its own. I feel like every now and then Bath & Body Works comes out with like a scent that's like their, I don't know, key scent for the couple of months, and then they'll come out with a new one, and then sometimes I feel like if those are so successful, they'll put them in the permanent line. I'm no Bath & Body Works expert, don't get me wrong, but that's kind of what I've observed over the years, and this one is Chasing Fireflies. It has notes of golden pear, jasmine blooms, illuminated woods. I don't know about this one. It's very powdery. I'm getting the fruit, and I guess since I've read that it's pear, I'll believe it. It is pear, don't get me wrong, but it's so powdery. It's a very powdery pear. It almost, I don't know what this is supposed to be duping. I feel like sometimes the ones that come out like this are a lot of the times duping a very popular scent profile at the time, and what I get off the bat, I'm gonna look up what people are saying that this kind of dupes, but I'm almost getting like YSL Libre types of vibes from this. So kind of like powdery. I mean, I don't know if there is anything lavender. They only give you 3 notes, but I'm just saying like the way the orange blossom and the lavender and all that in the original, and even maybe the flanker that came out, not the Le Parfum, which is way more vanilla. This definitely doesn't have a vanilla thing going on to me. It kind of reminds me of that, and that's just not one of my favorites, but if that is one of your favorites, you might really love this. I'm gonna look up what people are saying it's dupes for, though. Let's see. All right, I went on Fragrantica, and the first person person said this does not smell like Libre, but I think it does. So the fact that obviously someone else is thinking that, this is just based off of my nose, but I also saw someone say it smells like Jimmy Choo, I Want Choo. So this is one of those body mists that I feel like is kind of, you know, going into designer perfume territory, which if you love a lot of designers, this might be one to check out, especially the ones obviously I mentioned, because obviously it's at a great price point, and I do feel like, you know, there's something more expensive going on than like a cupcake or something. I want to talk about a few scents that I bought last year or have had for a little bit that are back this year. So first here, Ivory Cashmere. This is a good one if you want something that's musky, ambery, but is a little bit more fresh as well. Definitely not too sweet on this one either. It gives you kind of a clean feeling overall. Notes on this: fresh lakeside air, silver musk, white amber. It's not an overpowering scent either, so this one would be good, I feel like, for going to bed if you like that kind of clean scent. Also more like a gym scent to me. It doesn't have that sweetness, and I think it's nice to have something like this in the lineup for sure. With that, I also have Sweater Weather. I think this came out in a body mist for the first time last year. I know this was like a candle for a long time, and this is one of those more unisex leaning scents. I really do quite like this one. I actually think this might smell, I mean, I haven't burned Sweater Weather in a little bit, but I feel like this has a nice freshness and it has that clean, slightly cologne-y vibe to it, but there's apple in here. So the notes on this: sun-crisped apple, autumn leaves, orchard woods. I love the amount of sweetness that's in here. It's just perfect. It's not too much. I think this one's a pretty good one to pick up, especially if you're into unisex leaning scent, something a little bit woody, but you like a little bit of apple. Like the apple's in there for sure, but it's not overly fruity. I'm not super into like full on fruity scents. All right, let's talk about Marshmallow Pumpkin Latte. This came out again this year, and I am interested to pick that one up because let me tell you, this one, oh my gosh. I'm not sure when this scent came out exactly, but I think this has gone bad because this smells like literal it smells like throw up. There's like this, it's a brief flash moment. I'm smelling it, I'm like, oh, throw up, oh, you know the smell of throw up. I know you know the smell of puke, okay? I know it's around me. I know the minute it's around me, okay? And it's given a little bit of that. Sometimes these really sweet gourmand scents can come off a little stinky to me. Like at this point, it's gone. I'm telling you, it's this flash moment, but it's a horrible moment. It's a very, you know, torturous moment. But I don't remember having that from this before. So I think this is just turning or like weird. I feel like this scent specifically, let me talk to you about Marshmallow Pumpkin Latte. I love this scent in the hand soap a few years ago at this point now. I'm like 2020 maybe, 2021. I loved that hand soap so much. I bought it in backups, not to the extent of my Terracotta Canyon, which I'm obsessed with. That's my favorite hand soap from Bath & Body Works. If you haven't tried that, it's so good. Not trying to get distracted off this video, but I'm just saying I literally have like a lot of backups, okay? My family's ready to wash our hands for a long time. That being said, loved it, bought a few backups. Then when they came around the next year, I was like, great, you know, I'm gonna buy some more. And I felt like the intensity of it had changed. Like just, it didn't smell the same to me. Like I could tell something was different. And then it came out in the body mist and I thought for sure I would love it because I love it in the hand soap so much. And I just never loved it like I thought I should. That being said, it didn't smell like puke, but now I think it's turned. So I'm interested to try the one this year. I also feel like sometimes different mists smell different. I think I was gonna say, and I don't know if I did, the Vanilla Bean Noel. That one, it has like a caramel note in it, and I had a Vanilla Bean Noel that smelled like stinky feet. Like it smelled bad. So again, I don't know what's going on. I definitely think it could just be my nose. It could be this exact one, you know, like this year's thing going bad. I don't know, but this needs to be trashed because it smells like literal vomit for a moment and I can't handle it. Let me know if you've experienced that, or if you have this exact one, are you noticing it going off? But the notes that are supposed to be in here: pumpkin latte, toasted marshmallows, hello, creamy sandalwood, praline musk. I mean, sounds like a dream. Sounds like everything I'd ever want. So I think I need to check out the new one that came out because I'm hoping, I've just been dealing with some bad batches and just some wonky ones, hopefully. I'd still give it a try. See if you like it, especially with the new one, and see if it's one that you enjoy. Especially if you love marshmallows, vanillas, creamy scents like I do, it still could work for you. I know. what a review, what a review. Okay. I don't think I'm gonna mention the Halloween fragrances. If you wanna see me talk about those at least a little bit, you can check out my Halloween October perfume tray because that's where they're at. But the last ones that I bought, these I all bought because again, $5, I was like, let's go for it. And sometimes when you're in store, it's hard to smell what's going on. They're burning a candle, everyone's spraying everything. Like, it's just a lot to take in. And I need that time at my house. I need to build a cloud around me. I just need a little more time with things. So because there was this sale, I was like, let's just pick them up, see if one of these maybe becomes a favorite that you wouldn't have picked up in store. And I don't know if any of these are that. Let's start off with Leaves. Was so excited to see this in a body mist this year. And I do like this one. I don't know if I would wear it on my body because it's literally the Leaves candle. If you've ever smelled that, it's so cinnamony, like literally the epitome of fall, gets you in the fall mood immediately, like immediately. You're walking into Michael's, you're doing crafts for Thanksgiving, like it smells so good. I love this candle. It's very festive. It used to be a lot for me because the cinnamon that's in here is very strong and it is very kind of spicy. It's a little spicy to your nose, but in a good way, or at least I've grown to really enjoy it. So notes, crisp apple, golden nectar, warm clove spice. So maybe, I don't know, I think there's cinnamon in here too, but maybe the clove is what makes it like intense. So I do kind of suggest picking this up. I use this more as like a house spray. When I don't want to like fully commit to Leaves in the candle, I can spray this around my house. I get a little boost. It's really fun and it smells for a little bit for sure. So that's what I use this for. Not what I would necessarily wear on myself. It smells more like a smell you smell in the air, not a smell you smell on your skin, personally, at least for me. Next we have Fall in Bloom. This has notes of juicy plum, wild blooms, velvet moss. Not always the notes I'm looking out for. I get the fruits from this and I think it might be the velvet moss coming in. That's giving it potentially something, I guess, cologne-y, but it's almost giving it this, I'm trying to describe this. It's like a spice, but it's cooling. There's like a coolness that comes through here along with the sweetness that's in here. It reminds me of quite a few of the kind of fall candles you smell where you'll smell them and you'll get like apple or you'll get some of those like sweeter fruits, but then something comes in and kind of gives it almost like how sweater weather is, you know, has that cooling vibe to it. That is happening in Fall Bloom. So again, it does smell fall. I just don't connect with it personally as a body mist for myself. So that one's not personally my favorite, although I do enjoy the scent. It's just a little bit different, which is kind of fun, but not necessarily for me personally. The last one I have in kind of the faceted bottles, which I didn't see this online when I was just looking. Again, sometimes when they do those sales, which they just did last weekend, the site can kind of get wiped out of fragrances because, you know, everyone's buying them at such a cheap price. But Black Cherry Merlot, this has been a candle also. Lots of candles into fragrances lately, but this is dark cherry, black raspberry, and Merlot. It's more of that deep, sweet, fruity kind of scent. And I'm kind of down with this. I'm kind of down with this as a scent, which I'm not normally super fruity, but there's something about this. It's not too showery. It's a little bit at the end, but it does have more of that deep, it almost smells like a deep cherry juice or something. If you already love the candle and you wouldn't mind wearing it on your body, I think this might be one to check out. And if you really love those like cherry scents, even things like Burning Cherry from Kaoli, I mean, this doesn't have the woods and the smoke and kind of those deeper notes and more complexities. This really stays more on like a deep, dark fruit juice. I'm serious, that's what it smells like to me. But if you're down with that, this might be one to check out. I was pleasantly surprised. I kind of got it just to be like, okay, I'll just test it. Maybe I'll like it, and I like it way more than I thought I would. All right, last three here of new fragrances. This one, Pumpkin Pecan Waffles, another one that I've definitely smelled as the candle, and this one's very foodie. So for my foodie lovers, you might like this, but this is maple syrup, golden waffles, pumpkin spice, brown sugar. I really wanted this to be a little bit sweeter. There's something kind of bready going on in here, so again, more of like a realistic food thing. Hello, the waffles, but there's also something slightly savory that comes in with that bread note. It goes away a little bit and then you're left with kind of a little bit of a cinnamon spice with the maple syrup, but not overly sticky sweet, I don't think anyway. Like this could go more intense and even go into like that stinky category, you know, I've been talking about. So if you love a little bready note, you love the pecan waffles, this might be one to check out. It's a little too foodie for me in the wrong ways, so it's not one that I love as much as I thought, but I think for people who love foodie scents, this still is definitely one to check out for you. Next, Champagne Champagne Apple and Honey. This one is crisp apple, sparkling champagne, jasmine honey, and autumn woods. This is definitely heavy on the apple, and I definitely get the champagne that's in here as well. There's something kind of bright, almost sparkling going on with this, but also sweet and fruity. I can definitely see a lot of people liking this. It feels like showery and a fall fruity kind of floral thing. If you guys have ever smelled the French lavender and honey, I think that's like an older scent. I used to love that one, and I actually have a body wash of it, and I don't like it as much anymore, but this kind of feels like the way the honey's done, maybe, I don't know. This does feel like the apple and champagne version of that scent. So if you like that, I think you might like this one. All right, and last, probably my least, I think this might be my least favorite. Oh, well, except for the vomit one. I mean, that is off though. I mean, that's not what it should smell like. There's something going on there. But I think one of my least favorites is Together Weather. This has notes of blushing breeze, sugar cardamom, and soft cedar. You'd think I'd like that. Like those notes, cedar, cardamom, blushing breeze. I don't know what blushing breeze is, but okay. Like I think I could like that. I don't know. I get something kind of powdery. I get something that's a little bit musky, or like musky, and sometimes the way that BO can be. I also am getting, it's like sweet but also like tangy, and I don't know. I just don't really like this one. It's kind of a weird one. I'd love to know any of your thoughts on this one, any of the ones I'm talking about, but I don't think this is the one for me. I really don't. Something about it's just weird, and I can't even quite put my finger on it, but it's nothing like what I feel like I should be smelling on the outside here. So not one I particularly recommend, although, you know, as I keep smelling it, it does have a softness and like a sweetness around it that I feel like I could like, but there's these other elements that are kind of just throwing me off on it. So that's my rundown of some of the current Bath & Body Works body mists that are available for fall, what I like, what I think's okay, just giving you my thoughts in general. I feel like I can be kind of harsh. If I like something, I like it, and if I don't like it, I don't particularly love it. It's hard for me to kind of just be in the middle of like a scent if I'm gonna wear it or not. Like I gotta love it to really put it on my body, and so I want to be able to give my true recommendations to you guys. But that being said, even for the scents I don't love, I can't deny for the price point, for all of it, I think Bath & Body Works is a great place, and even the ones I don't like, I can totally see so many other people loving. So if you have different scent tastes, or if you're wanting something other than like sweet vanilla from your fragrances, I hope that my reviews can maybe help point you in the direction of a fragrance that might work for you from the fall lineup. I thought I would end the video though off with some fragrances that I haven't seen come back. Maybe they'll come back for like more into fall, into winter, and that type of stuff, but these are some of my other favorites. I want to leave it off on a positive note. I love Fireside Flurries, you guys. I love this one so much. I love it in the body wash. I love it. This is one you get everything that comes out, okay? So good. Notes on this: toasted marshmallow, pink lavender, cashmere woods. It really does smell kind of graham crackery to me, but with frosting. It's like the softest, most rounded out version of like a cinnamon graham cracker with like vanilla frosting on it. That's what I get from Fireside Flurries, and I love it. This is older packaging, and I do feel like it's kind of turning as well. I don't know. I think I got this one maybe even secondhand, because when I was so excited to try Fireside Flurries, it wasn't like available, and so I was just like, I need to smell this now. So maybe that's part of it, but I will definitely be picking this up when it comes out. I'm assuming it's gonna come out this year, hopefully soon, but I thought I would let you guys know this one is a really good one. Definitely a great pickup if it comes out later this year. I'm kind of sad that they didn't come out with this for Halloween this year. Wicked Vanilla Woods. This is a really like nice kind of spicy, it almost smells like a patchouli vanilla. Like it has that vibe to it. So it almost smells like it's like a thicker, richer vanilla that can hold a spicy kind of patchouli. There's black pepper in here. The notes: magical vanilla, glowing amberwood, enchanted pink pepper. I think it's rich and kind of decadent, and I feel like, to me, this feels like, again, I don't want to say a dupe, like the body mist version of Dark as Night from Henry Rose, which is like a vanilla and patchouli kind of scent, and it's kind of sexy. I don't know. I really like this one. I was kind of sad it didn't come back. This is another one of my favorite body mists that came out last year. Midnight Amber Glow. Notes: smooth amber, caramel latte, vanilla vanilla bourbon. This one smells really nice. It could kind of be like Vanilla Sky. Again, I'm not trying to give you dupes because it's not exact, but there's something similar going on, and I really like how caramel's done in this. Like, it's not stinky, which I love. It's really nice and rich. The amber gives it something kind of toasted, but it's very sugary, very sweet. Definitely a good one. And again, I do feel like if you like Vanilla Sky, you would probably like that. I think I'm gonna actually leave it there. I have a few others, but I feel like they're kind of winter themed, and if you want me to give just like a top 10 Bath & Body Works scents, maybe let me know that. I think I might actually do a declutter soon also, because I just feel like I'm being overrun with Bath & Body Works mist. I'm in a decluttering mood, let me tell you. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed. I'm gonna leave it here. This video is kind of all over the place. I hope you enjoyed it. I want to know your favorite Bath & Body Works fragrance mist down below, and also from the fall lineup, what was your favorite? But other than that, I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys.